Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This week's self-care video, we will be discussing how saying no is a form of self-care. I know a lot of us didn't know that, but it is a form of self-care and is actually a form of self-love. The first thing to remember while relearning to say no is that there is no shame in saying no. This is something I had to learn myself, and I'm still relearning how to say no. This is not something that can happen overnight. It's a ongoing process. But once you get started, it gets easier and it gets better. Now, relearning to say no can be hard, but it's not impossible. You just have to be patient with yourself and be consistent. If you fall back, don't beat yourself up. Get back on the horse and recommit to saying no. It could also be freeing, and we'll discuss that in a minute. But once you say no, mean it. Saying no does not need any explanation. It's non-negotiable. Keep that in mind. Once you say no, you don't feel the need to explain why you're saying no. Now, the benefits of relearning to say no, it helps you say yes to yourself. Remember, saying no is a form of self-care and self-love. So it's saying yes to yourself. It's refocusing on caring for yourself. It's also protecting your energy. Oftentimes, we're too busy pouring into others while we're emptying our own selves. So imagine a cup of water. One glass is empty, your glass is full. You see that your friend needs help and you're always going to be for that person. You're taking from your cup and pouring into that empty cup. But once that empty cup is full, what happens to your cup is now empty. Who's going to refill your cup? Can you depend on your friend to do that? Your friend or the other person that you're doing this for and being available for, are they going to refill your cup? Sometimes that doesn't happen. You have to rely on yourself to refill your cup. But it's hard to refill your cup when you've exhausted yourself. So saying no is actually a way of saying yes to yourself. You're actually putting yourself first. You're recommitting to yourself, saying, I am important. I need this time for myself. You're reclaiming your time. You're saying, I'm important enough to take a break. No, I'm not available. No, I can't do it. No, that's not beneficial to me. No, no, no. You're putting yourself first. You're putting your needs, your wants, and everything first. And it's also a way of setting boundaries. Once you set boundaries, you can lovingly enforce them. So if you say, hey, girl or dude, if they call you, you could say, hey, I get that you're going through something right now, but I'm going through my own thing. And I can't help you when I'm going through my thing. So I'm sorry, but I can't help you right now. I need to focus on me and my issues. Or say, if they want you to come out and go out and you know that you're tired, you know, worked a double shift somewhere, or you just got off of work and they say, oh, we're about to go to this club and we want to, and you know you're tired, you say no. Girl, I can't do it tonight. I'm sorry. I can't do it. Sorry. And once people understand and accept your boundaries, you know, it helps them, it helps you teach them how to respect you and love you. And it teaches you how to love yourself and respect yourself as well. It also helps you vet out toxic people. We all have toxic people in our life. And setting boundaries, again, helps you vet out toxic people. People will either respect your boundaries or not. And it helps you find your own worthiness. So, the people that, don't respect your boundaries, then you might have to go through the process of removal. It's hard and it's harsh, but you have to protect yourself first. Remember, you have to protect your own energy. It's a lot of negative energies out there. You don't need no more than you already got. We need to surround ourselves with as much positive energy as possible. And that's just for our own self-care, and that's just for our own purpose. We don't need to be surrounded by negative energies. Negative people, negative energies, toxic people. When we have too much of that in us, we actually become toxic ourselves. And we don't want to become toxic ourselves. Once you become toxic and you're too negative, you're susceptible to illnesses and diseases. And you don't know why you're getting them. It's your atmosphere and the people that you surround yourself with. And like I said, it also helps you realize your own self-worth. In the process of removal, you have to consider, are the people you're committed to you? If you're writing hard for these people, are they going to pay that in kind? Are they going to have your back? And if you really sit down and realize, like, hey, I go hard for this person, but anytime I need them, they disappear. You reevaluate. Is this a friendship or a relationship you really need? Or if it is, if you find worth in that friendship, maybe you need to have a sit down conversation with that person and say, hey, I'm noticing this, that, and the other. What's going on? How come you can't be there for me? I'm always there for you. Also, it says, do we facilitate a codependent relationship to have this sense of worthiness? Sometimes we have these relationships to benefit ourselves. It makes us feel wanted, needed, and important. So are you in this friendship or relationship because it gives you that type of sense that you're wanted, needed, and important? Like, hey, I'm in this relationship or this friendship and I'm getting my needs met. As long as my needs are met, I don't care about nothing else. You're in a codependent relationship or situationship, friendship. And that can be toxic in itself. When you're relearning to say no, there's no room for negative people or energies. Like I stated before, we have no room for that. And relearning how to say no is so important. It's so important. Like I said, it's something that I first started relearning how to say no in my early 20s. Yes, I fell off and went down a rabbit hole and started people pleasing again. Now I'm older and I'm realizing people pleasing is not beneficial to me. I'm relearning to say no and set boundaries. It's hard for the people around me to understand that I have these boundaries, but I'm sticking by them. I'm no longer going to negotiate. And you can do that as well. Like I said, it's a hard process. People are not going to understand it. People may not like it. You might not even like it yourself. But in the end, it's worth it and it's beneficial to yourself. And it's beneficial for your self-growth. So take this time to commit to relearning to say no. And there's power in saying no. There's so much power in saying no. Now, we don't want to go overboard with saying no all the time to everything, but set limits. If you know, like I said, in the example I gave, if you know that you're tired right after work and your friends and or coworkers are really wanting to go out and they want you to go out too, and they're trying to, do everything in their power to get you to go out, and you're tired, and you're tired, and you have no business being on the road, especially at night, say no and commit to it. Say, I can't do it. Tired. I'll see, girl, boy, I will see you guys at work Monday. So, nope. And stick with it. Say no and stick with it. Don't no explanations. Say no and stick with it. You'll love yourself later. You really will. So with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll know each time I upload. And if there's any other content that you would like to see from me, leave it in the comment section. See you guys in my next video.